Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine it's late at night. The world around you has finally gone quiet. The conversations have ended. The responsibilities are paused. The phone is face down. The house is asleep, but your mind isn't. You replay the day, the things you said, the things you didn't say, the moments you stayed strong, the moments you swallowed your tears, the expectations you fulfilled, the expectations you're still trying to meet. And in that silence, beneath all the roles you play, daughter, sister, wife, mother, professional, caretaker, there is just you, a soul, soft, tired, strong, searching. In that sacred stillness, when there is no audience and no performance, who do you call? This is where Hanuman enters. Not as a mythological figure carved in stone, not as a distant god locked inside temple walls, but as living, breathing strength, as unwavering devotion, as divine protection that stands beside you when the world cannot see your battles. Before asking, why should women chant Hanuman Chalisa, let us ask something deeper. When Sita was alone in Ashok Vatika, surrounded by uncertainty, insult, isolation, and fear, who reached her first? Hanuman. He did not question her purity. He did not measure her worth. He did not tell her to be stronger. He did not give her lectures. He bowed. He brought hope. He brought a reminder. You are not forgotten. That moment in the Ramayana is not just a story. It is spiritual symbolism. Every woman, at some point in her life, stands in her own Ashok Vatika. It may not be a forest in Lanka. It may be a hospital corridor. It may be a silent marriage. It may be a workplace where she feels unseen. It may be a room where she cries quietly so no one hears. Ashok Vatika is any place where you feel alone. And Hanuman represents the divine force that reaches you there. This is why women should chant Hanuman Chalisa, not because they are weak, but because they carry so much strength that they rarely pause to replenish it. Women are emotional anchors for families. They absorb the moods of a room. They sense tension before it is spoken. They remember everyone's birthdays, everyone's preferences, everyone's pain. They carry invisible labor, and yet, who holds them? Hanuman Chalisa becomes that embrace. When a woman chants, she is not performing a ritual. She is aligning with energy. Hanuman is not merely strength of muscle. He is strength of mind, strength of loyalty, strength of surrender. He had the power to destroy entire kingdoms. Yet he chose humility. He had the ability to outshine everyone. Yet he stood in service. He is strength without ego. Imagine invoking that energy daily. In a world that often pressures women to prove themselves, prove they are capable, prove they are worthy, prove they are enough. Hanuman Chalisa whispers something different. You are protected, you are guided, you are already enough. The verses of Hanuman Chalisa are not just poetry. They are vibration. Sound is energy. When you chant, your breath slows. Your heartbeat steadies. Your nervous system calms. The rhythm regulates your inner chaos. But beyond biology, something subtler happens. Your aura strengthens. Your mind becomes less scattered. Your fears lose their sharp edges. Bhutha pishacha nikatha nahi ave. This line is often translated as protection from ghosts and negative spirits. But in today's world, what are ghosts? Anxiety, overthinking, self-doubt, comparison, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. These are the modern demons. Hanuman energy burns them, not aggressively, not violently, but steadily. Women are deeply intuitive beings. They feel more intensely. They connect emotionally. They love fiercely. This is divine design. But intense feeling can also become overwhelming. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa grounds that emotion. Hanuman represents the root chakra. Stability, security, grounding. Women often live strongly in the heart and emotional centers. Hanuman balances that with rooted strength. This is spiritual alchemy. Emotion plus grounding becomes resilience. Resilience is not hardness. It is softness with backbone. A woman who chants regularly begins to notice subtle shifts. She reacts less impulsively. She forgives faster. She speaks with more clarity. She fears less what others think. She sleeps more peacefully, not because life becomes perfect, but because she becomes centered. There is another profound truth. In Sanathan Dharma, the highest divine force is Shakti, the feminine energy. Durga, Kali, Lakshmi, Saraswati, creation itself flows from feminine energy. If femininity is sacred, how can a woman be spiritually restricted? The soul has no gender. The Atman is beyond biology. When a woman chants Hanuman Chalisa, it is not a woman doing a male prayer. It is a soul calling upon divine strength. And Hanuman responds to Bhav, the feeling in the heart. He does not ask, what is your gender? What is your status? Are you perfect? Are you pure by society's standards? He responds to sincerity. A tear-filled chant carries more power than 1,000 mechanical recitations. Women have the gift of deep emotional expression. When that emotion is directed toward devotion, it becomes transformative. Hanuman is also the embodiment of unwavering loyalty. In a world where relationships feel fragile, where promises break easily, chanting his Chalisa anchors you in faithfulness. Not just to others, but to your own truth. Sometimes women abandon their own dreams to fit expectations. Sometimes they silence their voice to maintain peace. Hanuman energy reminds you, serve, but do not lose yourself. Love, but do not abandon your dignity. Give, but do not empty your soul. There is something deeply touching in the image of Hanuman bowing before Sita. The strongest warrior bows to feminine divinity. That alone is enough to dissolve any notion that his devotion excludes women. He recognizes Shakti, he honors it. When women chant Hanuman Chalisa, they are not crossing into forbidden territory. They are continuing a sacred exchange between strength and grace. Between Shakti and Bhakti, chanting also builds courage. Many women carry silent fears, fear of speaking up, fear of aging, fear of being alone, fear of failing, fear of disappointing others, fear of not being enough. Hanuman is called Sankat-mochan, remover of difficulties. But he does not remove challenges by making life easy. He removes fear from within you so you can face challenges. Imagine walking through life knowing you have divine strength backing you. Imagine entering difficult conversations with calm clarity. Imagine feeling emotionally steady even when circumstances shake. That is what regular chanting cultivates. It is not superstition, it is spiritual conditioning. Just as the body becomes strong through exercise, the mind becomes strong through vibration, and the heart becomes fearless through devotion. For women navigating modern life, balancing career, family, self-care, social pressure, Hanuman Chalisa becomes a reset button. A moment to breathe, a moment to reconnect, a moment to remember that your worth is not tied to productivity. Your value is not measured by how much you sacrifice. Your identity is not limited to roles. You are divine energy in human form, and divine energy deserves divine protection. There may be cultural voices that try to restrict spiritual expression, but true spirituality liberates. It does not shame, it does not diminish. If the divine created your body exactly as it is, including its cycles, emotions, and rhythms, then your body is sacred. Your voice is sacred. Your devotion is sacred. Hanuman does not turn away from sincerity. He runs toward it. Just as he leapt across the ocean to reach Sita, he leaps across distances of doubt to reach any heart that calls him. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa is not about becoming aggressive or rigid. It is about becoming rooted. It is about knowing that even if the world misunderstands you, divine strength understands you. It is about finding companionship in solitude. It is about transforming exhaustion into surrender. When a woman chants Hanuman Chalisa, she lights a lamp inside herself. The storm outside may continue. Responsibilities will still exist. Challenges will still arise. But the flame will not flicker as easily, because she has anchored herself in something eternal. So why should women chant Hanuman Chalisa? Because they deserve fearlessness. Because they deserve protection. Because they deserve grounding. Because their hearts are powerful. Because their devotion is transformative. Because somewhere in the unseen spaces of their lives, they too stand in Ashok Vatika, waiting not for rescue, but for reassurance. And Hanuman always arrives where devotion calls him. Not to control, not to judge, not to restrict, but to strengthen, to protect, to remind every woman who chants, you are Shakti, you are supported, you are never alone.